With Dead Space celebrating its gory first birthday, there's no better time to get back into the game and enjoy the frights that await on board the Ishimura. And with so many enemies in the Dead Space remake, Clarke can be given a boost of confidence with powerful weapon and suit upgrades, so long as players know which upgrades to focus on first. The rig suit can be upgraded multiple times throughout the game, but the first one is going to make the players immediately feel the difference, coming with an increase to inventory slots, allowing players to carry more ammunition and health packs. Plus, the permanent boost to armor is also a lifesaver. Literally. Staying alive is the player's main priority in Dead Space, so it might be wise to invest a few power nodes into Isaac's HP upgrades sooner rather than later. As the game progresses, enemies will become harder to fight and grow in numbers, meaning that having as much health as possible will make players more confident in each confrontation. The plasma cutter will be the first weapon that players find in Dead Space, and will likely remain their go-to for most of the playthrough. By focusing on upgrading its damage, players will be able to cut off the limbs of the necromorphs more easily, and with less waste of ammunition. Kinesis is a fun mechanic in Dead Space, and a true lifesaver. By upgrading the range of Kinesis, players will be able to pull objects toward them that are further away. This can help them grab a consumable item or a throwable weapon that could in turn save their life. The next thing you'll want to upgrade on your plasma cutter is capacity. There's nothing scarier than unloading a full clip into an alien monster coming right at you and finding that you need to reload first before finishing the job. And this will help cut down on those moments as you get a better feel for the unique weapon. Then there's a number of stasis upgrades that we'd recommend. First is duration, which obviously increases the ability's time, giving you more time to either escape from or take out your attackers. Then there's status energy, which will make each status module you find last longer, and stasis zone, which increases the radius of the effect itself. Cutting off limbs is probably the easiest and fastest with your trusty plasma cutter, but it can be even quicker if you invest in the rate of fire upgrades, making it feel like a precise machine gun that melts through necromorph limbs like butter. And the last thing we'd recommend for the iconic plasma cutter is the heat accumulator. For this, you have to purchase the upgrade from the store for 11,000 credits before taking it to the workbench. Despite the price though, the heat accumulator is well worth the fee, as it applies damage over time to each shot. Another separate upgrade needing to be bought first is the subsonic oscillator on the force gun, which adds a damage stack to the gravity well, and is a great way of dealing with a ton of enemies at once if you have the ammo for it. And lastly, a somewhat underrated weapon that deserves some love is the contact beam, and the relatively easy upgrade of the super symmetry tether will allow that secondary fire mode to have an extra push when it comes to tackling enemies through the increase of the projectile radius, ensuring more of an area will be annihilated. And that's it for our list. Thank you so much for watching, and go to GameRant.com for more like this.